All right, it is Monday, the 27th. It's about 7:15 in the morning. I'm actually gonna backtrack it to the state park. It's about a third, fourth of a mile back to get some fresh water, wash off my thigh. Oh, I got a nice cut on my leg too, I just realized. Right there. Nice. All right, so I got a couple things I gotta clean up here and put new bandages on and stuff. But I think I'm gonna try to push it to the secret shelter, which is 18 miles today. Last night was horrendous. My sleeping bag is rated to 50 degrees and it got down to, I think, 38 last night. Let me tell you, do not do that. It sucked, but I survived and I'm on the trail. Met some really nice folks last night at the shelter. One of whom was a gentleman named Roller Coaster from Ohio, Cincinnati. Shout out. Yeah! He's doing something called a Southern Swing, which I'd never heard of before. So they go from Kent, Connecticut to Virginia, then back to Kent, Connecticut, then Katahdin, and then back to Virginia down to Springer Mountain. Never heard of that before, but that's pretty cool. 0.2 miles off the AT, right near the shelters, Waywayanda State Park. This is where you can load up with some fresh water and a clean bathroom. The problem is the water is very metallic. So I'm kind of torn between drinking water that I know won't hurt me, but tastes disgusting, versus water that tastes better, that might give me a life-threatening parasite. Choices. All right, bathroom stop successful. Got a bunch of fresh water. I cameled up, meaning I drank as much water as I possibly could while I was at a freshwater spot. And yeah, last night was pretty terrible. I was really freezing. I wore basically all my clothes. The sleeping bag did nothing. Like, it's only rated down to 50 degrees. It says it can go down to 32. They call that a transitional use of the sleeping bag. There's no transitional. So anyway, if you're going out there, take a sleeping bag that's rated for the temperature you're gonna be at. Today I heard there's a lot of up and downs. I'm gonna try to push it today and we will see what happens. Let's go. And thank you, Waywayanda shelter. Worked out nicely. I essentially added 1 mile to my trip today by going back to the state park, but there's something about starting the day with fresh water and washing your hands with soap and water, using a clean bathroom that flushes. It's like something you can't put a price on. I know this isn't going to last forever, and I'm definitely jinxing myself, but this section of trail has been so pleasant. Even the uphills are generally these like kind of gradual heel down uphills, meaning my heel is hitting the ground every time I walk. Whereas in that section of trail from Connecticut to Bear Mountain, every time you're going uphill, your heels are not touching the ground. It's so steep and it just kills your legs. Like, this has been super, super pleasant. I love this section of trail. You know, New Jersey gets a bad rap. I mean, this is beautiful. It's a very bizarre rock formation. So my son edits my videos. And I know that if I say rocks and beach balls, he will know exactly which clip to put in, right? I am so happy right now. I just found my first red eft of the season. This, by the way, is a red eft, the official animal of the Appalachian Trail. This is an animal, this is the terrestrial phase of the eastern spotted newt. Check this out. What's up, dude? Get off the trail, I don't want to get sick. Now he doesn't want to move. Yes. On the Far Out app, this is just called large stream. And I would agree, this is one large stream. So I don't know what this is or why it's here, but this is certainly the most random thing I've seen on the AT thus far. There's only one way to do drink element on the AT, and that is not mixing it in water, it's doing it like a pixie stick. Oh, that's terrible. Yes. So back there, I was not supposed to cross this river. I went about half a mile before I realized I don't see any blazes anymore. It was like little yellow circles or something. So I found this is the best place to cross stream. The AT is somewhere up over there. So I'm looking to cross this, get back on the AT. And sometimes you just have to off-road it to get back to trail. Hopefully it's not that much farther. All right, still off-roading it. Should be there soon. Looking forward to seeing my first white blaze. Unfortunately, this off-road has been straight uphill. Yes. Back on the trail. That's so nice to see that. So where I took the wrong turn, along the trail there were these white blazes, but they were very faded. And I wasn't sure whether it was just like a part of the trail that wasn't well maintained, but I'm thinking at some point that was the AT, then they rerouted it so you didn't have to go over the stream. But you know, if you don't see bright white blazes, you're probably not on the right trail. One thing that's really nice about New York, New Jersey is they put these natural steps in. I don't know who did this, but whoever did it, thank you. This is a super steep section. Probably shouldn't be videoing. Would be really hard without these steps. Eastern New York, guess what? No steps. Yeah, New Jersey. I know Pennsylvania is known for its rocks, but let me tell you, Jersey has some rocks as well. I gotta say, this is a nasty little section. I'm going downhill, which is good, because this would be exhausting to climb up. It's a big mountain. But man, all these little ankle breakers, you gotta be super careful. So I'm gonna put the phone away. But dang, New Jersey, like I said, it's got rocks. The top of that was called Pinwheels Vista. Coming down off that was not fun. But I guess better than going up. That was rough. I did not like that section at all. Pinwheels Vista. Now this is more like it. Gonna play it dangerous. Oh! So that's where I just came down from. And that was not fun. So you know what's so funny is that on Far Out, the app, didn't happen to mention that that was the Stairway to Heaven. It's like a super famous part of the trail in New Jersey. And I was like, man, this sucks. It's so rocky, it's so steep. And they didn't mention that that was the Stairway to Heaven. If I had known that going into it, I would have been like mentally prepared for it. So anyway, that's the Stairway to Heaven. So as a day hike, awesome. With a huge pack on, not so much. Anyway, sorry for anyone who loves the Stairway to Heaven, because I just ripped on it. Do you think it counts as an emergency if I desperately need a sandwich? I'm very pumped because this is part of the AT I wanted to do for a long time. So I'm about to do the Boardwalk, which is a super famous part of the AT in NJ. Yeah, let's do this. It's called the Green Tunnel for a reason. Now this is gonna be the coolest bridge I've seen on the AT. Nice. All right, well, I ran out of gas about 3.7 miles from the Padong shelter. That's like my bailout shelter if I really can't make it, but I'm gonna try to push. I'm gonna try to push it. It's almost noon. It's gonna take a little break here, slow it down a little bit, do that last 3.7, and then it's like another 7 miles from there. Hopefully it's not too bad. Over there, way out there, that's the Stairway to Heaven. Would be nice for a day hike, like I said, but not right now. I encountered my first big uphill coming up out of the boardwalks, and my goal was to get to the top of the hill, then sit down and take lunch. But about halfway to the top, literally my body just stopped. My legs wouldn't go, I was sucking wind, and I got the hiker hunger, something fierce. And when that hits, you know, you gotta give in. So anyway, I'm back on trail, pushing it. It's 1 o'clock. I gotta go 9.6 more miles. I'm gonna dunk my head in this brook and then push it. This is always a conundrum. Over or under? Let's try over. Nice. Right after you come out of the boardwalk area, going southwest or west or southbound, it is straight uphill for like 2 miles. I'm finally going back downhill, but that is a kind of rough 2 miles. You get lulled into a false sense of security, and then the AT pays you back in kind with tax. So it's hard to see, but that's High Point, New Jersey, right over here. There it is, right there. High Point, baby. Just past the Pochunk shelter, stayed there for about 20 minutes. Met a nice dude named Section Mike, who's going SOBO. And he says that this section coming up is pretty flat. So I'm gonna push it to the secret shelter. So far today I've gone 13.3 miles. So that shelter is another 7.1. It's about 2:45 right now. To make it there by 6, I really don't have to push it that hard, but my left ankle is really starting to hurt. On the Stairway to Heaven coming down, I don't remember twisting it really, but I just twisted it like 7 or 8 times a little bit. And now I'm kind of paying for it. So I'm sort of trying to take it slow, and we'll see. There have now been 2 hikers in a row who told me about this house at the end of this bog with trail magic and clean water. So whoever this legend is, I'm gonna hit that something fierce. More boardwalk. Love this. So in order to make this final 7-mile push to get this to this shelter before nightfall, I was praying for flat. It honestly does not get any better than this. Look at this. This is crazy. Beautiful. And flat, most importantly. So I think I'm gonna have to take a second and have a seat on this bench. Won't even take off the pack. Let's see. Just for a second. And looking backwards at it, that is Pochunk Mountain. I know I keep taking videos of this spot, but man, it is so beautiful and flat. This is such a cool little section. You come out of the woods right there. You could easily hang a right and go to that road, but instead the trail takes you all the way around, which allows you to see this whole wetlands area. And it's just quiet and gorgeous. And flat, most importantly. I think that's the legendary house right there. Are you kidding me right now? What? I didn't even realize that I passed into New York, and I passed that house, a gentleman by the name of Bird Feeder, who feeds bird and waters hikers as they come past on the trail. And I mean, clean water, hand sanitizer. I drank a root beer. Root beer, no, root beer, no, root beer, no, there's so much root beer, no. You could charge your phone if you needed to. I mean, that guy's a living legend. With all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, it's easy to lose faith in humanity sometimes. But you encounter somebody like that, just, there are good people out there, you know? Bird Feeder was telling me that the reason why you have to come up into New York is to cross this river. Apparently, I'm still in Warwick. I thought I made some progress. What's up, guys? What's up? I thought I made some progress, and I'm like, hey, so what town am I in now? He goes, oh, you're in Warwick. And I'm like, dude, I left Warwick like 25 miles ago. He's like, yeah, it's a pretty big town. So there was something a little bit mentally, I don't know, it was a little rough hearing that I'm still in the same town, even though I just did all that walking. But apparently now, once I cross this river, I'm in a new town. He also told me they're building a bridge just for the hikers over this river, probably to keep us off the roads, which is probably a good idea. But I'm hoping that even when they build that new bridge, people will take the detour and go visit that dude, because he's a super nice guy. So bird feeder, thank you very much if you see this. I just got back into New Jersey, so that means that is New York and this is New Jersey. New York, New Jersey. Here's the educational portion of today. That, my friends, is poison ivy. Leaves of 3, let it be. Do not wipe with that. And this is my favorite type of, like, part of the trail. These like open fields. It's amazing. When you see a random chair on the AT, let's go. All right, I got a little over 2 miles to the shelter. It's 4:50. This trail is flat and smooth. It's a little uphill, but not too bad. The entire trail like this would be way easier. I'm not gonna video anymore until I get to the shelter. I'm just gonna push it. I'm just gonna push it now. 1.3 miles to the shelter. I lied, I'm videoing. I had to stop. Somebody was nice enough to put some chairs out in the middle of the woods, so I'm gonna take the trouble to appreciate their service. 1.3 miles to go, it's 5:15. I will definitely, barring some unforeseen circumstances, I will get there before 6:30. There are boards like mostly submerged going through that whole swamp. And I was like, I don't wanna do that. Thankfully, there's a diversion on the road. Based on the map, I'm 0.1 miles from the secret shelter. It's almost 6. That's my goal, to be off trail. I don't see it, so it really is a secret. Let's see. All right, so that's the AT, crossing this dirt road. But I think if I take a right here, the shelter should be up here. There's no signs for it. You would never know. I believe this is it. Either that or it's a trap and I'm going to get murdered. I see some buildings. This is so cool. That's the swamp back there. It is. So the final tally was 20.5 miles. It's a little after 6. Got the privy over here. Boom. And it's a beautiful field. And then that's the shelter right there. Nice. So this is what it looks like on the inside. I was not expecting that at all. What a cool little room. Well, my night will finish up with a little fettuccine alfredo with chicken. And I got my stuff drying over there. And so far, no one showed up here. And it's 7:15, so people are gonna crash here for the night. They're running out of daylight quickly. Gonna eat this, pack it up, go to sleep. All right, right, so here's my setup for the evening. No tent needed. Critical situation. There's a lock on the door. That is locked. I got some maps I can peruse tomorrow at my leisure. And other than that, I left a little note in the book here, and yeah. So I'm a little torn because I'm about 6.2 miles from High Point, and if I just go another like 15 miles after that, I will have completely closed the last remaining part of New Jersey. So if I can do 21.1 miles tomorrow, I could theoretically finish New Jersey, but after doing 20.5 today, I don't know. And a lot of today, there's like several miles that were pretty flat. I don't think it's gonna be like that at High Point. So I'm gonna wake up early, get out, see what I can do. Anyway, good night.